Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's like clear my. It's too early for this. Who decided kickoff should be at 11 in the morning? Listen to me, I've still got the morning voice and everything. As I melt to death, I mean, Sean's got it bang on the money. As I melt to death here in the loft. Hold on. 3, 2, 1, bang. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our third watch along of pre-season. Now, I have a fan on. And I think you can understand why I have a fan on. Now, what I need you to tell me is if it's too loud, if it's too annoying, if it ruins the quality of the stream. Because I can turn it off and I can try and survive the first half if that is the case. But I hope that you understand that this is a taxing effort this morning. It is currently, what are we at just now outside? 24 degrees. The window's cracked open there. The fan's on here. It is an absolute boiler of a day. Mark's saying it's fine. I'm hoping that's the case. Mackenzie said you can't hear it. Now, that would be fantastic if that's the case. That means it's staying on. Hoop Dog saying he can't hear it. Brilliant. That is everything I had to hear. That was absolutely all I had to hear. Good morning and welcome in. We're here for a watch along this morning for Celtic visiting Estrela Da Amadora in Portugal. The game is being played behind closed doors at the Benfica Academy pitches in Lisbon. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people talking about, what kind of team are we playing here? Don't forget, this is a Portuguese top flight team. This isn't a pub side. This isn't a team, you know, in the 4th tier, which I originally thought they might have been because I had never heard of them. They finished 15th last season in the Portuguese top flight. They are a professional side, and they will test Celtic this afternoon. However, this morning we have Celtic's best side yet in pre-season, and we're going to look at that team in a moment or so. Welcome yourselves in. We're going to have a nice wee conversation through this game as we have the first couple of games. I mean, Christ, it's been fantastic just doing these streams and having a laugh with it, and I've enjoyed it. So shall we get the team up, because today we are going to see Kieran Tierney play for Celtic for the first time since 2019. Can you believe it? Kieran Tierney is going to be playing for Celtic this afternoon. I do see a donation coming through. We'll get to that in a second. Thank you very much for it. Let's have a look at the team before we get into all the chit-chat, shall we? Here is your Celtic starting 11 for this afternoon. In goals, Vinny Salo plays again. We have a back four of Donovan, McPherson, Trusty and Tierney. So two of the best back four, I would say, play today in Trusty and Tierney. I know there's still a lot of conversation as to whether or not Trusty belongs in that best back four, but to me he still does. Midfield three is McGregor, McCowan and Hatate. We'll see Reo Hatate for the first time in this pre-season. And the front three, Marco Tilio, Dyson Maeda and Callum Osman. Yes, that's right. He's made it. He's alive. He's here. Marco Tilio plays for Celtic this afternoon, or this morning, I should say. He's in there alongside Maeda for the first time in pre-season. And Callum Osman, who has better service around him today. I think we'll get a better impression of him than what we did in the second half against Cork City, now that he's playing with, well, you know, Dyson Maeda. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully he can bag a goal this afternoon. The bench is quite stacked for Celtic. There are players on there like Benjamin Nygren and Adam Idah, who return to the fold. Yang on there as well. The whole bench as follows: Ross Doohan, Clark, Rice, Scales, Nygren, Idah, Yang, Kenny, Inamura, Engels, Summers, Montgomery, Ewer, Murray, Forrest, McCardo, Ralston and Isiguzo. So there is the Celtic team this afternoon. We are getting closer and closer to a full strength Celtic side. Of course, still some players missing this afternoon, the likes of Cameron Carter-Vickers, Alistair Johnson. They haven't returned to the fold quite yet. But yeah, we're going to get a good look at Kieran Tierney this afternoon. We're going to get a good look at Dyson Maeda as well, and that's the main thing. So there you go. There is the Celtic team. Let's get back over to the watch along screen. If people keep asking for a reminder of what the team is, well, I'm sorry, I can't be bothered going over it again. First of all, thank you to... Hold on, I get a wee drink of water. A drink of water would be nice. First of all, thank you to Ranny's Rovers for being a member for a month, saying get the champagne out for the holy return of the GOAT. Marco Tellio, not Kieran Tierney. Marco Tellio, exactly. Connor, thank you for the donation, mate. Appreciate that. All right, Ryan, when the Celtic announced Shin Yamada, why do I have this feeling it's only going to be Celtic signing, only signing this month? I hope I am wrong. I assume that Shin Yamada will be announced Monday or Tuesday. Or maybe even today or tomorrow. It'll be over the next few days, but I think it'll be Monday or Tuesday. And I don't think he'll be the only signing of July. I think we'll get another couple. I mean, there's still a long way to go in July. It'd be different if we were sitting here on July 27th or something like that. But it's only July 12th. Balikwisha is close. I think that Celtic will be actively working on the Nicholas Kuhn replacement as well. And of course, we've been linked with a couple of centre halves at the same time. So I don't think he'll be the only signing of July. Have faith, Connor, son. And Connor M, thank you, Connor, for being a member for 5 months in the Thunder Club. Legend. Got to see Inamura in Cork during the week. Looks a great player. Worth getting bumped to a crisp. Well, I hope that you've got the after sun on, Connor. And yeah, maybe we'll see a wee bit more of Hayato Inamura this afternoon. He is on the bench. Maybe we'll see him come on in the second half, and I'm pretty sure we're all dying to see a bit more of him in the second half after his strong performance against Cork City. So yeah, big chances to be taken in pre-season, as we all know. There is a few players that will not get too many chances through the regular season, but if they can take their chances here, they could earn more, they can get more. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. But get all your questions in, get all your talking points in. The game is live on Celtic TV. Idah, I've seen a couple of people saying this. What's happened to Palma because he's not been spotted? There is only one assumption that I can take, and there's not been official reports about this, but I'm pretty certain the case with Luis Palma is that he's just been told not to return to training and to get himself a move. That happens in football. It happens everywhere. And I'm assuming that's the case with Luis Palma. I'm assuming that Brendan or the Celtic hierarchy have said to him, look, listen, you're not going to play for Celtic again. Get your agent to find you a move. There's no point in returning to training. I'm assuming that's what's happened with Luis Palma. That's how his Celtic career's panned out after such high expectations when he signed. I was buzzing about signing him. That's what I mean. Look, signings are a lucky dip at any price tag, at any level. You don't know what you're going to get. You really don't. But we'll wait and see. Mark, good to see you, mate. Number 3 commenter for today. I can see your crown beside you. Very interested to see Tellio again, and hopefully Inamura plays central defence when he comes on. Well, of course, he could play central defence today. We are still missing a couple of the big hitters. I have a feeling he'll end up playing at left back, though, just because Liam Scales is on the bench. I can see Scales getting the second half. But I do agree, Mark. I would like to see him playing there, since that is meant to be where he's been playing for the Japanese side he was at. So we'll wait and see. We've been linked. Yep, we've been linked with Nazinho. Now, I looked into that story last night because I was tempted to make a video, and I don't. Yeah, I don't know how much is in it right now. I mean, the Record Portugal is the place that it came from, who have been quite reliable in recent years, and a lot of the stuff coming from Portugal. I've not got to do too much reading into the actual player himself and how good he looks, but he looks solid. And listen, as I've said a million times, whoever is coming in to play back up to Kieran Tierney, as long as they're somewhat solid, then we'll be okay. But I think he looks decent, man. I think he looks okay. He came through the Braga and Sporting setup, didn't he? So hopefully there's something in it. We'll wait and see. I wouldn't say overly solid at this point yet, but what I will say is Record Portugal have been quite reliable in recent years. I feel like that is one of the sources that I have used a lot when it comes to the Portuguese players, Jota, Paulo Bernardo, etc. So we'll wait and see. I need to do a bit more reading into it today, and I'll reach out to a couple of people and see if anything gets said. Not that I'm in the know, not claiming to be in the know, but sometimes sometimes you hear something that's quite good, But we'll wait and see. So and that's the other thing with Palma as well. Yeah, the bomb said Palma was playing late with Honduras. That's right, 'cause he scored for Honduras, didn't he? The teams are now out in the pitch. The game is on Celtic TV. Remember, it is behind closed doors, but we are nearly there. We're nearly at kick-off. The teams are just shaking hands, and I'm quite excited for this game. Kieran Tierney back, and I said, look at that. Look at Tierney. Look at Kieran Tierney's back. It's nuts. I feel like, see, because we've knew about this for months. It feels weird, it feels normal almost, and it shouldn't. Kieran Tierney's literally on the park in a Celtic shirt, playing with Callum McGregor, playing with the lads. The only thing I worry about is this artificial surface. You know, I don't want to see Kieran Tierney running up and down an artificial park, to be quite honest. But here we are. You know, not much we could do about it. The pitch is not great. It is. You've got to remember, this is being played at an academy's training pitch. Like, this is the Benfica Academy's training pitch. Is it artificial? Because I've got the water out, but I don't know if that is just to give it a little bit of moisture. It does look artificial. It looks like an artificial surface. We are ready to kick off. We'll be kicking off at any moment now, so I'll get back to the chat in a second. I'm just going to get my timer ready. I thought there might have been, Estrela Da Amadora are doing the huddle as well. I thought there might have been a moment of silence for Jota or something in this game, but I guess because it's behind closed doors, they might do it against Sporting. But just because we're in Portugal, I thought there might have been something. But we are ready to kick off. We are ready to play. I mean, it's not a pub team, lads. They are a top flight side. They play in the Portuguese top division. And I know because we've not heard of them, it might make you think pub team, but this is a top flight side. Is that a grass pitch? Is it grass? It looks artificial. It's well kept if that's grass, by the way. Like, there's spots and stuff over it, but bloody hell, it's pretty. It is grass as well, fucking hell. It looked artificial when the teams were walking out. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. Almost. Here we go. We're underway at the Benfica Academy against Estrela Da Amadora. Celtic are playing in the hoops, and Estrela are playing in a red and black number here in the Benfica Academy. A decent wee ground for an academy side, a training side. But I will get all the conversation going. Yes, this is Benfica's training complex and academy ground. So the academy team play here, and I think the first team train here as well. Marco Telio getting in about it straight away. It's nuts how wee Marco Telio is, isn't it? He's a small guy. Estrela Da Amadora start the game with the ball. And it'll be it's a different. Do you know what what I like about this? It's a different sort of test for Celtic in pre-season, because the game against Queen's Park, we're playing a Scottish Championship side where you can field, a lot of the B team, and you should be still winning quite comfortably as long as you've got a couple of hitters out there, a couple of big hitters out there. You should be doing sort of okay. My stream's having a bit of a nightmare here. It's gone all kind of fuzzy. Celtic play a ball through the back, but it goes straight to keeper. And then when you're playing Cork City, with all due respect, you're playing a League of Ireland side, and you know that Celtic should be trouncing a League of Ireland side. We didn't trounce them. They gave us a good test, but this is a different sort of test. This is a sort of unknown Portuguese top flight side. Yeah, they might be down towards the bottom end, but it's different, and it's certainly interesting. They're going forward here. Here they are down that right hand side of our defence, and Celtic control it out for a Celtic goal kick. People asking for the team again. It's Sinisalo, Donovan, McPherson, Trusty, Tierney, McGregor, Hatate, McCowan, Maida, Osmond, and I've done it again, I forgot the last player. Maida, Telio, and Osmond. There you go, there's the team. Yeah, my stream will be behind. It's one of those ones, you can't do too much about it in a pre-season friendly when you're watching it off internet. If you've been watching the watch-along so far, we're not really. I mean, it's hardly like we're reacting to the Champions League final. We're here to get an eye on Celtic. We're here to have a bit of a gab and a laugh about it. Estrela Da Amadora going forward with a bit of poise right now, passing the ball about nicely, trying to get forward and into our box. They are in the final third. And they're playing some nice football down our right-hand side. Young Donovan just having to stay on his feet, sending them backwards now, all the way back to the halfway line almost. Celtic defending it quite well there. Young Donovan, obviously in the team these last few games, looking to make an impression. I mean, there is a situation on that right-hand side of defence where, there's a place to maybe try and stake your claim. Anthony Ralston has, of course, kind of held down that backup position since Alistair Johnson came to the club, but there is no reason to add competition here. Great ball sent over now to their right-hand side. They go forward, and Donovan just trying to go through. Here they are now again. Austin Trusty just standing up with defenders. A lovely wee ball played in behind. They are in the box, trying to cross it over, and Callum McGregor deflects it into the hands of Vinny Sinisalo. Who's the voice in the touchline? I don't know. I don't have my headphones on. I'm not watching with audio. I'm assuming it could be anybody. Welcome in, nice to see you all. Get any questions, any conversation points you want to go over, feel free. First 3.5 minutes of the game, and Estrela Armada have been the team on top. They're the team that have had a bit more bite in the game so far, a bit more of the possession. Celtic just trying to comfort themselves into the game on a warm day in Portugal. I must admit, it looks warmer here than it does there, but nonetheless, good scenery to play in, good environment to play in, test yourself in the European climate, get ready for the Champions League. Celtic playing some risky passes around the back. Luke McCowan sending it to Austin Trusty, and Trusty controlled it quite well for somebody who, we've seen him have a little bit of a problem controlling the ball from time to time, but Luke McCowan's pacey pass was brought down by him quite well. I tell you what, he's getting made to move, Trusty. Every pass getting played to Austin Trusty, he's having to move. It's not getting played to his feet. And just, I think, a little bit of calm, and there you go. You can see Vinny Salo asking for a little bit of calm amongst the Celtic players as passes are kind of being shot about like pinball, to put it bluntly. Alistair Jackson, he likes Donovan. Yeah, I've liked the look of him so far. Here's Trusty again, this time receiving the ball to feet. Moves it out to Kieran Tierney for his first touches, it feels like, in the game. Good ball down the left-hand side. It just breaks away into the Estrela Armada defence. But we gather it back in the middle. Luke McCowan turns brilliantly, and he's now pushing forward towards the box. He's found space. He's found a pass. And it's intercepted just before it could reach Dyson Maeda. A lovely wee burst of pace from Luke McCowan on the turn. And his pass was just intercepted. Kieran Tierney has the ball out left. Sends it to Marco Tillio. Slips it inside, but there's just too much on it for Dyson Maeda. And it goes straight to the goalkeeper. I couldn't tell you if the audio's working for me or not. I'm not watching with audio. And I would try and test it, but I'll knock off my stream, no my luck. Joe Potter saying that people forget that KT is world class. The left hand side for Celtic is the best it's been for years with Maeda and KT. I can't remember Celtic having a hypothetical stronger left wing than what we have right now. We are looking at Celtic's best left winger that I can remember in my conscious lifetime. I mean, Scott Sinclair was brilliant, but I think we can all agree that Maeda has probably surpassed him. And then Kieran Tierney's the best left back we've had in the past 20-25 years, arguably. You know, it's unbelievable, the left-hand side that we're dealing with right now. And people do forget that we have a world-class left-back coming in. He came in from Arsenal, a side that was constantly competing for the league title. And I know that he was out and in the team from time to time. But you've seen him come back in. Celtic intercept the ball in the middle of the park. Luke McCowan once again with a burst of pace. Moves it out wide. Here's Marco Tillio. Passes it through the middle, and it'll burst to Reo Hatate, who's open and slots it in the bottom left corner. It's 1-0 to Celtic. Reo Hatate found himself in a bit of space, and it all came down that right-hand side from Marco Tillio, actually. The ball just kind of broke to Reo Hatate beautifully in a position where he was not going to fumble it. It's Celtic 1, Estrela Armada 0. There you go. It was actually a touch from the defender that led it on to Reo Hatate, but he made no mistake about the finish. Tellio's pass was just a bit too short for for Osmond, but the defender touched it on to Reo Hatate. So from a pretty poor cross, we still managed to get a goal. Osmond, of course, with the shot at thin air, but it was because the ball didn't even get to reach him. Celtic 1-0 up. Reo Hatate back in pre-season. Looking good, by the way, Reo Hatate. He's looking... I don't know, he looks a bit leaner. Looking fit, looking though he's been working hard over the summer. And Celtic are up 1-0 pretty early in the game. 7 minutes played. And Celtic up 1-0. The best start we've had. I mean, it's no coincidence, is it, that the best start we've had in these pre-season games has come when the likes of Reo Hatate and Dyson Maeda have returned to the phone. Look at this, the high press from Celtic straight after the goal. But Estrela Armada passed her way out of it quite nice, and it's a free kick to them now after Callum McGregor went in just a little bit too hard on their midfielder. McGregor's looking awful grey, isn't he? He's looking grey. That hair. Oh, it's getting grey, Callum, son. It's nuts. I remember Callum McGregor breaking through the side at or coming into the team, and he's gone grey. We're all getting old. And then what's even scarier is there's people in this chat that aren't even old enough to remember Callum McGregor debuting for Celtic. It's nuts to me. But he's getting grey. He's getting old now. KT straight over to Hatate. Things you love to see. It's beautiful. I just love that Tierney is back in this Celtic side. It's just brilliant. Here's Luke McCowan. Celtic playing with a bit of ferocity right now. A bit of intensity. It's really strong there from young Donovan on that right hand side to hold the ball up, and Celtic will play it back to Sinisalo. I thought Reo was meant to be injured. Well, he's back. He's back, as you can see. It's nice to see him back in the side. He was injured. He picked up that injury towards the end of last season, but it wasn't like it wasn't going to be out for the start of this season. It was one that just made him miss the last couple of games and such. But he's back in. JT boy, stuck in hospital. I hope you're okay, mate. Send him my wishes. Send him my best, mate. Hope you're okay. McGregor does look old, doesn't he? Donovan better than Ralston. Oh God, it's starting already. Ross is getting his takes in. Donovan better than Ralston. I mean, I must say he's impressed me these few games in pre-season. He looks comfortable. What I think I've been most impressed with Donovan on that right hand side has been how eager he is to get stuck in. Really kind of physical. And sometimes that can be a blessing or a curse. You know, what's one of the first things you hear when you play football at a young level? It's always your coach shouting at you, don't dive, and it can be the end of you, diving in or getting physical and getting tucked in, because players can have your guts for garters. But he's looked physical and he's looked good with it, and maybe he's somebody that Brendan Rodgers will have plans for. We just need to wait and see. McGregor the Silver Fox. Reo Hatate got the goal. Would rather be grey than bald. I agree, and sadly I am going bald, so I don't have much of a say in the matter. Ross, walking about Budapest with this is my commentary because I can't find a stream. Well, I will do my best to give you the commentary. Well, we're talking a lot of nonsense, Ross, but enjoy Budapest. You know, that's right. A lot of Celtic fans did write off McGregor at the time. You know, I remember that as well, and of course he spent time out on loan at Notts County. But yeah. Tony Alves. Thank you, Aidan, for the congratulations. I appreciate that. Right, Celtic now have the ball again, starting from the back. Austin Trusty just carrying the ball forward, slips it to his centre-half partner in Ben McPherson. Very strong pass, controlled well by Marco Tilio. And I'll tell you one thing about Marco Tilio. You know, for what he might lack in the quality that we need at this moment, he seems technically an efficient player. His touch looks comfortable, and I think that's what you always heard about him when he was signing as well. I remember when we were talking about him in that summer of 2023 when he was arriving at the club on the channel. We're here in Australia that he was technically quite a proficient player. Ben McPherson just sending it back to Sinisalo now. So it's a real chance for Telio to do something here in this pre-season. I still really doubt that he'll have a future at Celtic, but hey, who knows? It's not for me to make that decision. Here's Kieran Tierney, who's bursting forward with a wee bit of pace. Slips a lovely ball down left for Dyson Maida. Maida can get a cross in now, he does, but it just goes to one of the Estrela defenders, who clears it out for a throw-in. A real good move down that left-hand side, and hopefully the chemistry can begin to build in these games between Kieran Tierney and Dyson Maida. But Tierney looks sharp. That's one thing I'll say. He looks sharp, and I think one thing that I promised myself about watching this game today and doing a watch-along for this game today was that my assessments of Kieran Tierney would be brutally honest, in the sense that obviously I wouldn't be saying that it'd be a waste of money or anything like that, because I'm not one of those reactionary supporters, a waste of wages or anything like that. But I was going to be brutally honest in terms of what we were looking at fitness-wise, and my brutal honesty is he's looking sharp. He's looking good. Austin Trusty's taking a slight knock there. He's hobbling it off, but he's okay by the looks of it. But Tierney's looking sharp. Philip, it's good to see you again, brother, especially at such early times for you. Good morning, sir. 6 a.m. in Worcester, Massachusetts. Well, it's good to see that you're up for the Celts, the leather belts. Welcome into the stream, and thank you for the $2, mate. I do appreciate it. It's good to have you back in. Enjoyed your company in the last stream. Why don't we keep Telio even if he's a squad player? Well, it's very easy to say these things, but you've got to remember the size of the Celtic squad and what you've got to work with. Now, Champions League's a bit different because you do have a limit on what you can use, but ideally you're looking at a 25-man squad, and you know, if you need to make sacrifices, then Marco Telio is probably one of the first players on the sacrifice list. But hey, listen, there's no way and this is what I'll say to kind of end off my discussion about it all, because I would like to see him get a chance, right? Do I think that Marco Telio deserves more of a chance than the likes of Yang? Maybe. There's an argument for that. I don't think Yang is there yet as a player. I think we need to loan him out or do something. And I think that there's a chance, every chance, that Telio could be a better player than Yang. And you know me, I've never been Yang's biggest fan. The jury is out for me on him. And Celtic just, Mark will tell you a bit of misunderstanding there on the right-hand side as we're talking about him. But, you know, you could make that argument that maybe he deserves a chance more than Yang does. Yang does. But, hey, listen, he's just gave the ball away, so what do I know? Celtic now just waiting to get the ball back. A lot of points coming through. A lot of... Oh, hello, Niall. How you doing? I just seen your comment. How you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Sending my best, mate. How's Celtic playing so far? We've been good. I mean, listen, as far as pre-season friendly goes, we're in control of the game. First few minutes, Estrela, we're looking good, looking hungry. But, you know, after that, you know, Celtic have really taken the reins of the game. A short pass from McCowan there. That's the kind of thing you want to avoid in pre-season, because you've seen that short pass there had the Estrela player chasing after it, and young Donovan was victim to somebody running at him full pelt. And the last thing we need is somebody to be breaking his leg in pre-season. You got to be. Don't sail your player up the river, you know. Look, McCowan, you're better than that, son. 8 PM and where are you? Where's that? I love hearing where people are watching around the world. 8 PM in Australia and NSW. That's what New South Wales. 8 PM, God Almighty, get the beers in. 8 PM. If the weather's anything like it is here, I'm hoping that you're having a couple of beers, sir. Estrela now moving forward. I've got a donation I'm going to get to in a minute. Chat is flying, but Estrela Armada have the ball on our left-hand side. Good cross in and dealt with really well. I think that was young Ben McPherson who dealt with the cross there. It was McPherson. Dealt with it quite athletically, actually. The ball comes flying in from their right-hand side, and it's a delicious cross, to be quite honest. Do you know what? That's a vital interception from Ben McPherson, because if he doesn't do that, that's a goal for Estrela. If the striker's clinical, that would have been a goal. It's a very, very good clearance from the young centre half, and it's a corner kick for Estrela Da Amadora. I'll get back to the chat in a moment now. Just going to see how this corner kick's dealt with. Ball sent in for Estrela. It's met by Reo Hatate. It ricochets off somebody on the way. They managed to keep the ball in. It's out for another corner kick now. Thank you to the Scottish Bluebell, £10. Could you give my partner Paul a wee shout out? Thank you very much, Scottish Bluebell, and shout out to you, Paul. I hope you're well, sir. It's a pleasure, and God bless. Happy days. I hope you're enjoying the game this morning, and thank you for the donation, Scottish Bluebell. It is much appreciated. Corner kick again for Estrela Armada from the other side, this time from the left hand. In swinger. Dealt with well again by, I believe, McPherson once more, who dealt with it, and it goes all the way back. Estrela will try and play it out, and they do. Here they are on the right hand side. The overlap is on, marked by Callum McGregor. Ball sent back to the middle, and it's a poor touch. Celtic will win the ball in the middle of the park, but then they lose it almost instantly. Osman needs to work on his touch, but he looks sharp. Yeah, I would say I would agree with that. His touch looked a wee bit off on Tuesday against Cork. Is Holm back in January? Yes, he is, Celtic boy. Holm will be back from LAFC in January. Satin Lanzarote, Cian. Lucky bugger. Rub it in, why don't you? We have been lucky with players hitting the ground running. Sometimes I think we're too quick to write off players without really getting much playing time. You're right, Derek. You know, we are, as a Celtic support, a very fickle bunch, especially the online lot. And I know I'm one of the online lot, but we are. You know, we write players off, or we write players, we write, you know, signings off, and it's very, you know, it's very easy to do that when you don't know a lot about them when they come into the club, and you know, it can be frustrating, but it is what it is. 30 degrees in Donegal, says Kieran. Bloody hell, usually, I mean, what are we up to here in Glasgow, in sunny Glasgow? We're up to 24 for the time being. That's too much for me. It's just that, do you not agree though? Like, heat back home is not the same as heat. Like, I was in Santa Ponsa, obviously a couple of weeks ago, and we were dealing with 30 degrees in the last couple of days. But this feels warmer here, and I think it's just because you're not used to it, and because it's just a different type of heat. I should really know the answers to this. I've got an A in higher geography, but still, you know, nonetheless. Greetings from Finland, Miko. Thank you, mate. Great that you're covering these games. Well, I try my best. I like having a wee laugh during the friendlies, you know. The game is only on Celtic TV, Dave. That's the only place you can watch it. But I agree with JK. This is the sort of game that you think that Celtic should be putting out for free on CelticFC.com or something like that. The fact that it's behind closed doors and all the rest of it, you know, you'd think that it should be a free watch somewhere, but if you know where you're looking, I can't advertise certain places. Austin Trusty, straight in there. He's looking hungry today. Big season for Austin Trusty, isn't it? With the jury out on him, but I have high hopes for him. You know, once again, introductory seasons and arriving late is never early. He's my Philadelphia boy. You know, my Philadelphia boy. So I will try my best to back him. And I think we've seen plenty of positives alongside the, maybe some of the negatives we've had. I often go back to that game in Bergamo against Atalanta, and he was brilliant. Here we go, Reo Hatate wins the ball in a good position. Terrible pass though. Really should have made better work of that. Big opportunity for Celtic gone by. Reo Hatate just still trying to get up to pace. His passing just maybe a little bit erratic so far in the game. Ross Murphy, 24 degrees in Budapest, and you've got a jacket and jeans on. Jeez, I couldn't. See, if I'd done that here, I would collapse. I would collapse. I just think there's a free kick for Celtic here in the attack, and third. Marco Tilio was taken out of it. He's taken a knock. Is it a free kick to Celtic? I turned away for a moment. Marco Tilio was on the ball on the right hand side. Yeah, he was pulled back. Free kick Celtic. A bit of a cynical one. And Tilio, I mean, the players landed right on the back of Tilio there. A bit rough for a friendly, son. Come on now. Celtic have a free kick from a decent position. Can they make use of it? Luke McCowan, who has been on set piece duty so far in these pre-season friendly games, stands over it. 20 minutes now played in the game. Plays it short to Marco Tilio, who then plays it to McGregor. McGregor shoots from range, and that's not a bad effort from the captain. Just a few inches wide. Callum McGregor, who, of course, remember here, listen, let's take ourselves back a moment to the start of last season. McGregor was scoring goals from range for fun, remember? And he's getting back into practice, it seems. A shot from maybe about 20 to 25 yards there. And he hit it low, hit it hard, the exact way you should do it, but it just goes a few inches wide. Yamada is not a signing that we did. Is not a sign. I think we should get 20 off the bench for Idah. Yes. I don't know. I think I've probably read that wrong. KT Haida Maida, that left hand side is going to be class this year. Yes, it is, and hopefully they get themselves into the swing of things very, very quickly. Tony Ralston is the only player to make every matchday squad since Rodgers came back. Donovan does look assured, however, is defensively physical, which is one of my favourite things. Is that fact correct about Ralston? I'd have to fact check that, but I mean, listen, it's easy to believe because he's always on the bench. He's always there, and if he obviously gets the odd start as well when Johnson needs a rest. Celtic pressing the Estrela goalkeeper. They play it out to the left hand side. Celtic once again pressing down the right hand. Back to the Estrela goalkeeper. Celtic are pressing high at the minute. This is signs of what's to come in the regular season. We didn't see an awful lot of this against Queen's Park and Cork City, not at least to this intensity. Callum McGregor, that was nearly a big chance again for Celtic. A good interception by the Estrela defence. We're going back at it left hand side. Here's Dyson Maida. Swings a ball in the box. It's intercepted again as Callum Osmond was looking to get on the end of it. Celtic playing some good stuff. They're playing with pace. We're getting stuck in. We're pressing. And this is like the Celtic that we should be expecting to see against St Mirren on the first game of the season. But Estrela looking to go forward on a counter-attack. They've got forward quite well here. Donovan sizing up his opposition. Good ball. Austin Trusty not tall enough to get to a shot from Estrela that hits the post. Really good attack from Estrela Da Amadora. A big opportunity, and I tell you what, the player who had the shot, I don't know if he's a striker, if he's a right winger, he had more time there. He had more time. He could have taken another touch and controlled that. Austin Trusty done well to put him off the shot. He wasn't tall enough to get the header off and to stop the cross, but it's a big chance for Estrela Da Amadora. Still 1-0 Celtic. The only goal so far by Reo Hatate in the game. And it came in the 7th minute. But Estrela Da Amadora, no mugs. I tell you that for free. Put your money away. I seen someone yesterday in Glasgow wearing a tummy jacket in Demons. I'm assuming that means denims. What the fuck's a tummy jacket? What, I left to the Dyke Bar Hospital. So tonight I've got, is it a water break coming up? That's why I took some of my own water. Foul on Hatate, surely. It is a foul on Hatate. They're getting stuck in, this mob. They're no arsing about. Half of them aren't even wearing bloody shin pads either. It is a water break. Water break time, lads. Reo Hatate down on the deck after someone sticking into him. Hope he's okay. But water break time. I'm nervous for tonight. It's like the weather's like this, gorgeous. Probably end up being the last weekend of the year we have weather like this. And all my mates are off round one of our pals' back gardens. Going for a few jars tonight. Going for a few drinks this afternoon. And I'm going to be in the King's Theatre watching the Tommy Burns story tonight. I'm nervous as fuck. I'm not going to lie, because I feel like the King's Theatre is just going to be absolutely boiling. I have no faith that they have functioning air conditioning in that place. And I feel like this could be the longest. Like, I think the Tommy Burns story's run time is like 2 and a bit hours. I feel like it's going to be the longest 2 and a bit hours of my life. And I've been looking forward to seeing it, but if they cancelled it and moved it to another night, I would love that. So if you're listening, if you're from the production of the Tommy Burns story, feel free to you know to move it. They are a bit dirty, Alistair, aren't they? They are a bit dirty. 1-2 then kick, you know. But if you don't hear from me tomorrow, it's because I have become a puddle on the floor of the King's Theatre. If you're wondering where I am. By the way, we have, according to my software, nearly 900 live viewers. Thank you. We are at a water break right now in the game. We're waiting for the game to reconvene and to start once more. 25 minutes have passed. But thank you for the almost 900 live viewers. If you haven't already, please go down below, hit like, hit subscribe. It would be appreciated. Get your comments in. Get all your thoughts in. Connor, thank you for the donation, brother. Ryan, I seen 50 Cent last night at Transmit and it was good. I can't believe he was headlining Transmit. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Connor. Many men wish death upon me. There you go. It's about as far as my... Oh, well, I know a couple of 50. What's the other way it does? Go, Charlotte. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. And I think I know, like, that and Many Men. It's never been my jam. 50 Cent. When I think of 50 Cent, I think of the what do you say fuck me for? That's what I think of. What a horrible impression. It's gone a bad way, this. It's 1-0. It's not 2-0 yet, Dermot. No, it's not 2-0 yet. How's Tellio playing? He's been fine, yeah. He's looked sharp enough on the right hand side. They're getting torn in about him though. The microphone, this badge is from... I've explained this a few times. I think people don't still have a Scooby. It's since I've been since I was about 12-year-old, I've always watched. And people, if you're a YouTube OG, you'll know Rhett and Link. You'll know Good Mythical Morning. I've watched them since I was 12 and I still do to this day. I watch them every day. They're part of my daily routine. I love them, and you got a badge for joining. They have like a, you know how obviously we have the 118 Club and the Thunder Club here. Well, they have the Mythical Society, and for joining the Mythical Society, you get this wee badge. You also get this patch, which I don't use patches, so I have a patch lying here. Aye. Thank you, Graham. The game is back underway, by the way. Celtic are back on the field as well as Estrela Da Amadora, and now Idah taking it a bit hard. That sounded weird. Thank you, Graham, for the donation, brother. I appreciate that. You're a legend and God bless. Thank you for the sticker. You're number 1. Oh, thank you. Yes, Reo Hatate with the only goal so far. Here we go. Dyson Idah, left hand side. Can he cut in? Terrible cross. Terrible. That's Dyson. No, don't revert back to that version of yourself, son. That's a terrible. You rushed that there. You had time. And Dyson looks like he's taking a bit of a knock. He's walking sort of gingerly. So maybe think about getting him off and in the bubble wrap at some point soon, because this mob are getting torn in. Like, they're treating this as if the relegation's on the line for them. The flag's up for something here. Well, linesman was waving his flag. It must be a play on. Must have been some form of foul. Celtic passed the ball out nicely. Back to Austin Trusty. Sends it out to Idah, who looks back to moving in the correct fashion. Doesn't look as gingerly now. Ball pinged forward and it's dealt with. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You're very generous this morning. I appreciate this. Legends. There's a reason I can do this. This is my job. Green Ninja, £2. I live in Fife. Please save me. I don't know if that's just a general plea of saving you from Fife, or if it's because the heat in Fife is unbearable as well as down here. But nonetheless, I suppose it's Fife. My thoughts and prayers are with you, Green Ninja, and thank you for the donation. I will send a search party up for you. What was that? Something's just happened outside. Telio now moving down the right hand side. We're in the box. Sends a decent cross for Idah. Just too high for him. It's a floater of a header, but brilliant from Telio cutting in and sending in a good quality cross for Idah. Just a little bit too much height in it for Dyson. But Telio, yeah, looks sharp. Shifted the ball well onto his left foot. And Dyson Idah was just hanging in the air for it, but it just was a bit too high for him. Graham, thank you again, mate. Absolute legend. $9.99. Far too generous. I appreciate it, brother, and I hope that you're well. Thank you. I appreciate it, mate. And thank you once again for the other sticker. What is the badge? That is a Good Mythical Mormon. Rhett and Link. They're like arguably two of YouTube's Mount Rushmore. Or if you would do a joint one. They've been like YouTube OGs from the get-go. I've been talking about this a lot recently. Like, just I miss like early 2010s YouTube. It's never been the same. Like, YouTube is arse now compared to how it used to be, like in the early 2010s. And I always try my best to make that sound like I'm not living off nostalgia, because I'm not. Like, it generally was better when the creators were prioritised, and now it's just a platform for the big guys, isn't it? It was just so good, man. When you had guys like Rhett and Link dominating the platform, Ray William Johnson back in the day. I didn't even watch Ray William Johnson, but he was obviously like the big dog at the time. Dyson Idah getting torn in. The keeper for Estrela Da Amadora is not looking happy. Thank you, Graham. Love you too, brother. And Idah's going to help the keeper up. He looks happier now, but he wasn't happy with Idah in the first place. Dyson Idah, you know what he's like. He likes to press. And Estrela played a pass back to the keeper. Dyson seen every intention of winning the ball and trying to get something from it, but he took the Estrela keeper. Let's see this. That's cheeky from Idah. He does catch the keeper. That's cheeky from Idah. No wonder he was going off his nut. But half an hour now played. Telly and KT both look good, man. KT's looked sharp. That's the big thing. As I said, my assessment was always going to be, look at that from Tierney. Oh, brilliant from Tierney. Oh, this is good. This is nice. Idah moving forward. That all came from Tierney bringing the ball down. Oh, cross again. Idah's son. What's with your crossing? Some of the play down both the left and right hand side has been absolutely fantastic. But Tierney bringing the ball down beautifully there. Look at Hatate winning the ball strong in the middle of the park, bringing the Estrela play. This is you'd think this is for something. This game, you'd think that this was for something. There's a bit of oomph about it. Ball goes out for an Estrela throw in. Both teams getting torn in. You know, nothing wrong with a wee bit of friendly competition, mind you. Nothing wrong with that, you know. Thank you, Green Ninja again. Nah, I just hate Fife. Going to move to Prestwick. Prestwick's a lovely wee town, to be fair. I like Prestwick, but do you know what? Honestly, I don't think I've ever been to Fife. Like, I've passed through it and stuff, but I don't think I've actually actively moved around Fife. Like, I've been and spent a day in Fife. And neither I should. By the way, Estrela Da Amadora approaching the Celtic box here. Defence is spread out quite well to make it hard for them, and good from Callum McGregor, a big vital interception in the box, and Celtic will try and counter from it. Luke McCowan just plays a pass that's a little bit too far out for Marco Telio to stretch to. Thank you for the donation again, Green Ninja, though. It is appreciated. Everybody, the big talk is how Tierney's playing. Looks great, guys. I won't lie to you. He looks great. He looks sharp. He looks fit. He's getting stuck in. He's playing lovely passes. Like, yeah, he looks good. And we're only going to get to see him for another 13 minutes, I would assume, because we're probably going to get a full rotation. But this is a good indication of what to expect from Tierney, you know. And I just can't wait to see him play in like Europe. Like, the confidence he'll breed into that back line, and the confidence he'll breed into the whole team, it's going to be vital. And here he is again now. Tierney on the ball, plays a pass forward again down that left-hand side, keeping it in bounds. Celtic, surely that's a foul, ref. Surely that's a foul. Look at this. Two of them on Idah. Referee, do you know what? The referee's been quite lenient, and I like that. He's let the game play out, even as a friendly. You know, he's let the game play out. Celtic intercept the ball in the middle of the park. It's Marco Telio who won it. Telio now looking for somebody to pass to. He moves backwards to Luke McCowan. Send the ball out to Donovan on the right-hand side. And we'll go backwards after Estrela change the shape a little and spread out and make life more difficult for Celtic. A lot of comments piling in. We have over 1,000 live viewers. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, here we go. Callum Osmond, just once again, his touch letting him down. And that's a foul? No. Once again, referee letting the game play. Estrela player's not happy, and it's a terrible pass that goes out for a goal kick eventually. But the referee letting the game play on, very lenient. He's not, if this was in Scotland, here, all I'm saying is, whoever these refs are, bring them up the road. Get them in Scotland. Because see, if this was a Scottish Premiership game, good God almighty, it would be start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. With these little pushes and little... This is the way football should be played. I don't mean to sound like an old man shakes fist at clouds here. But seriously, this is how football should be played. When somebody's had a light nudge in the back, games shouldn't be getting stopped unless it's game changing, unless it's like a clear cut opportunity. But if somebody's had a wee in the middle of the park, don't stop the game. Let the game go on, let the game flow. And that's what the referee's doing here. He probably just can't be arsed with the heat and he wants the game done and dusted. And Estrela player has went to the floor here. Celtic will kick the ball out of play. Someone is down with an injury. Don't worry, not a Celtic player. Not a Celtic player down injury. Down injured. Signalling for a change here. I don't know if it's just cramp that he's down with, but it looks as though it might be game over for one of the Estrela players. Turn my attention to the chat while we sort this out. Lots of points and questions and such coming through. Will we see Nygren in the second half, Brooklyn? I assume we will. Doug, no, we've not qualified automatically. We need to play one round of qualifiers. We're guaranteed at least Europa League football. But we are seeded for the qualifiers, so Champions League should be favourable. Ryan, are you becoming your generation's Archie McPherson? Listen, I would never say such a thing, because Archie McPherson is an absolute legend, and I could only try to emulate the work of Archie McPherson, smell the glove. I would love to be as good at his job as he is. And in fact, just to bring back John Clark's, if you know, God rest him, I thought that Archie McPherson's eulogy / speech that he done was just utterly fantastic. He'd really done a good job at painting the image of the man that John Clark was. And yeah, he's just a legend in the broadcasting game. I think that you could only dream of achieving such feats, to be quite honest. Get Archie McPherson a YouTube channel, Archie118. 990, thank you, Paul. Absolute legend. Always welcome in the chats, brother. Top man, thank you. And hopefully the game gets going at the same pace, because we're back underway. Ball played to Luke McCowan, who looks for a delicious ball, by the way. Dyson Maida gets onto it, but it's not got enough in his touch, and it's cleared off the line just about by Estrela. It was a by the way, that pass... Oh, actually, it was Osmond. It wasn't... Was that Osmond? It was, I think. That is a beautiful ball from Callum Osmond. I was giving the credit to Luke McCowan. The pass from Osmond there is sensational. And if Dyson Maida just got a little bit more on that touch, that was 2-0 Celtic. It would have been 2-0 Celtic. Absolutely brilliant pass from I think it was Osmond. But about just under 10 minutes left in this first half. Celtic have played well. Celtic the dominating side in the game thus far. Long throw in from Celtic. You don't see them often, but it's worked. The shot just rolls along the face of goal from Dyson Maida. He's not having the greatest game, Dyson Maida, when it comes to end product. You can tell it's his first game back. Shots and crosses haven't been great from Dyson Maida. Celtic commit a foul in the middle of the park. His runnings look good, his positionings look decent, but his end product has lacked today, Dyson Maida, but it is only a pre-season friendly, of course. Feels weird seeing Kieran Tierney in the shirt again. Feels like I've went 6 or 8 years back in time. Aye. Take me back. The last time Kieran Tierney was played for Celtic, I was only a year out of secondary school. It just shows you where the time goes, And he's still a young guy. Still in his prime, It's not like we've signed... I always assumed Tierney returning would have been like... Came back at 33, end his career at the club. And he's back in his prime. It's absolutely nuts. Like, that is blockbuster in itself. It's crazy that we've got him back. And he's looking great. I'm looking forward to getting him off the pitch at half time though. Give him a wee rest. But he's looked fantastic. He's looked fit. He's looked firing. Minutes in the legs, as the old cliche goes. So many questions, so many points, trying to get through them all. Delicious balls. Not for me to comment. Was it McCowan? I thought it was McCowan at first, and then when I watched it back, I thought it said number 19, Mark. Maybe it was McCowan. Maybe it was. I'll tell you, watching these pre-season games, I can never work out who's who. Celtic have got the ball. Can he keep it in play? Callum Osman does. Callum Osman does well. Keeps it in play. Sends it back to Kieran Tierney. Oh, offside. An offside. Been donkey since Tierney was last injured. Need to stop that narrative. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, only Celts. Thank you. This Kieran Tierney injury narrative. Like, my God, man. The guy's been playing since, like, January. Or something like that. And he's not been injured. Like, let's just, you know, stop putting the bad juju in the atmosphere, you know? Jude Bonner's joined there on loan. Yeah, I think I read that was meant to be happening. I didn't see that it was finalised right enough. You're not a Celtic die yet, Ryan. Not yet. Are people panicking? I'm not panicking. I know I'm not. People aren't panicking about my Idah, are they? It's fucking friendly. Like, Jesus. Arsenal fans love him, tells you everything. Exactly. 27 years of age. Thank you, Scottish Bluebell, and well done to Hank for receiving a free membership via Scottish Bluebell. Thank you for the gifted membership, Scottish Bluebell. Appreciate it. Morning, James. How you doing? I'm fine. I'm roasting, but I'm fine. I'm doing well. It's a penalty. What happened here? What? I looked at the chat for 1 minute and it's a penalty. What the fuck happened? Penalty, Estrela. What's going on? What happened there? Steps up and scores. It's a great penalty. What happened? I looked at the chat. There was a one donation and bang. Penalty. It's a well taken penalty, don't get me wrong. It's 1-1 now in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Goal for Estrela Da Amadora, or whatever they're called. Estrela have equalised. Penalty sent in the top of the net. It was a handball. Donovan handball. McPherson handball. Nobody knows who handballed it. I can't even tell you because they're not showing you the highlight. But it was a handball. It was a handball anyway. And it's 1-1 in the game. 5 minutes to go till half time. It's been all Celtic as well. All Celtic. But there you go. One handball. Referees let everything slip, but he didn't let a wee bloody handball go by, did he? Terrible pass from McCowan. Out for a throw into Estrela. Yes, Estrela have scored, Diogo. 1-1. Penalty. Amadildo. That's what I'm calling them now. Estrela Amadildo. That's their name. That's what I'm rolling with. I want everybody to start calling them Estrela Amadildo. Ball played through from them, by the way, but it'll go straight to Vinicius in the Sal, approaching the half-time mark. If you want to become a channel member, all you have to do is scan the QR code down here. I can't point to it. Down here, bottom corner, scan the QR code, or go to the top line in the description of the video, or go to the main channel page. There will be a join button if you go to the 918 main channel page. But if you want to do it via the stream, there should be a join button below the video. There should be a join button right below the video. Just says join. Or scan that QR code, as I said. 1-0, 4 minutes to go. Sorry, 3 minutes to go until half time. Celtic have been the better side, Miguel. Bounce game or nonetheless, but Celtic have been the better side. Should have had more with the chances they've had, I would say. But Estrela have been good, and as I said, top flight Portuguese team. I think a lot of people were expecting a pub side to roll up this afternoon, but that's a top flight team. Top flight in Portugal, you know. I wonder what the quality. I would like to. So Estrela finished 15th in the top flight in Portugal last year. I wonder where that would equate them in Scotland. Like, how would this mob do against Hibs? You know, that's what I want to know. How would they do against Motherwell? Yeah, I would like to know how they would do. Because it's hard to, I never heard of them before this friendly, to be quite honest. Do you think that McCowan will have a breakout season for us this year? I know he's 27, but he was great last year and will now have a pre-season under his belt. Breakout's a tough word to use for somebody who won't, assuming he won't play as much football as Hatate or Engels or McGregor or any other signing that come in the door. He's a squad player, and that's hard to have a breakout campaign. But hey, never say never. He's a good player. I like McCowan. Cutting it Telio, by the way. Oof. cutting in. Shot was a bit weak as piss, but he cut in really nicely. Tilio's moving the ball well. That's one of my main observations about Marco Tilio in this first half, is he's moving the ball well. He does really good at cutting inside and shifting the ball from his right to his left foot. And that'll be out for a goal kick to Estrela. The loft is like an oven, Nathan, but the fan's running, the window's open. It's actually not too bad today. It's actually okay. It's tolerable. It's not nice, but it's tolerable. And I'm surprised because I thought it was going to be like an actual greenhouse. But here we are. Here we are, Nathan. Greg Taylor was ball watching again. Let's blame Taylor. Fulltime, Motherwell, 3. Amadildo, 1. I'd like to see a gifted membership is when somebody buys a membership and it gets gifted randomly to someone in the chat. We are approaching half time. Celtic are still drawing 1-0 with Estrela, as we try and chase them all the way back, but they move the ball. Now, I tell you what, they don't get fazed by the press, this mob. They don't get fazed by the press. They've been expecting it, you can tell. Space is opening up for them. They'll shoot from range. It takes a meaty deflection off the back of Austin Trusty and goes out for a corner kick to Estrela, and you would assume that this could be the last action of the first half. They might add on a minute or two for the couple of knocks that have been taken in this first half, but generally speaking, I don't think they'll bother in a pre-season friendly. You would assume that this corner will be the last act of the half. 45 minutes has been hit on the clock. And they stand over the ball on that left hand side. Celtic players marking up. Sorry, right, they're our right hand side, their left hand side. Ball swung in. It's a goal. It's a goal to Estrela. Poor set up defensively from the set piece. It's 2-1 to Estrela in the game. They've scored from the corner right on the brink of half time. The Celtic players thought half time was being handed to them on a silver plate. But all of a sudden, they strike when we let our guard down. Diogo had over 2.5 on. 2-1. Good header. It's a strong header. Let's see, whose man was it? Whose man was that? Who's that? I think it was McPherson. Or Donovan. One of the two. That was Donovan. Donovan's man. Donovan just lets his man get away from him far too quickly. It's just that bit of inexperience, isn't it? Just that little bit of inexperience. But 2-1 to Estrela as we come up to the half-time mark. I don't know if the referee will let us play on. It looks like he is letting us play on here. Tierney sends it over to McPherson. A bit of a rough one for Donovan in this first half, giving away the penalty. Being at fault for the goal, and there we go. There is the half-time whistle. Celtic down 2-1 to Estrela Da Amadora. No, I'm joking. I need to stop calling them that. It's very disrespectful, isn't it? Celtic down 2-1 to Estrela Da Amadora at half-time. The first goal came... I mean, listen, Celtic dominating the first half. The goal came through Reo Hatate 7 minutes into the game. Celtic looked very, very comfortable. A lack of end product being Celtic's downfall. In that first half, they struck back and levelled the game via a penalty. It was a handball from young Donovan in the box. They converted, they made it 1-1, and then the second goal came right on the brink of half time. Corner kick was sent in. Donovan let his man go, and they capitalised. And listen, from the 2 or 3 shots they've had in the game, they've scored, and that's that. I'm not even going to... Am I going to open Twitter and see people having a fucking meltdown? You know, is that what's going to happen? Because I feel like people are going to take this far too seriously. But the set pieces, yeah. Look, listen. How long have I been saying? And it's a friendly. I'm not overreacting here. This is something that extends years in my Celtic opinions. But we need a set piece coach, man. We do. We were shit at them with Ange. We were shit at them with Lennon. We were probably best at them with Lennon, actually, which is nuts to say. But we were shit at them with Rodgers, shit at them with Ange, best at them with Lenny, but still no great. We've been shit at set pieces for the last 5 or 6 years. And that needs to change, both defending and attacking them. But nonetheless, there's no cause for overreaction. It's a fucking friendly, a behind closed doors friendly, with two of the B team players playing at defence. We've been all over them as well. You know, we've played well enough. As I said, end product has what's been missing. Right, before I go and top up on my refreshments, let's get a few points. Let's get a few questions, a few things to talk about. I'm not entertaining any over the top negativity. You know, I'm not entertaining it. It's something that is fine to be critical and opinionated, but to get carried away about it is something that is just a little bit of nonsense. I guarantee Rodgers will cost us Europe. He has no clue. Europe, which he got us to the knockout stages of last year. Yes, of course. A set piece team. You know, like see in NFL when they have special teams, Celtic need that. We need a specials team. We need somebody to send out just for set pieces and then sub them back off the park. Telio is absolutely mince. Waste of a jersey. Why is he even playing? I don't think he's been that bad. I don't think he's been great, but I don't think he's been that bad. I think he's looked active. I think he's shifted the ball well when he's moving. As I said, end product is what's let down the front three. The end product's not been good enough. Once again, 45 minutes to save our season. Go ahead, tweet that. Bill Scotland. I'm going to tweet that. That's a cracker. It's so funny watching how people get so stressed over a friendly. 45 minutes to save our season. Bloody brilliant. Brilliant. Am I going to transmit? No, I'm not. I'm not going to transmit. I'm going to tell my Burns story tonight in the Kings, actually. Friendlies are for getting minutes into the players' legs. Exactly. Strachan Jr. in his laptop are meant to be set piece coach. Says it. Is he actually, though? Because I don't think there's actually been any official confirmation that is his job there. I'm assuming that his job is to take the data forward into set pieces. But nonetheless, Hatate has looked sharp. Once again, no end product's lacking. His passing has not looked fantastic, but he scored the goal, so his end product there was fine, I suppose. Central defender desperately needed. 2 actually, as Vickers isn't exactly inspiring confidence. Oh come on, don't be harsh on Big Vickers. The man's got heart surgery to make him better, but it's Superman when he's back. Greetings from Amadora. Oh, hello Nuno. Thank you for joining us. Nuno Campos, pleasure to have you, mate. Welcome in. Amadora playing well. I mean, they're winning, so you know. Anyway, right. I am going to go and top up on my refreshments. 45 minutes to save our season, lads. Sure, we'll be just fine. Any advice on keeping balls fresh during this heat? What a question. I'll leave you all thinking about that as I go and get a drink. I'll be back very, very quickly. I'll be back in 5 or so minutes. Chat amongst yourself. We'll be back for a good laugh during the second half. It's a body friendly, lads. It's a body friendly. Oh, boys, it's getting warm. It's getting warm. It's getting very warm. The loft is getting warmer by the minute. And we're back for the second half. Half time. Celtic down 2-1 to Estrela Da Amadora. Amadora? Is what I meant to say. Yeah, it's not been scoreline wise, not been what you expect of Celtic. But yeah, listen. Pre-season friendly, we've looked sharp enough. We've been the better side. Is what it is. Let's get some chat going at half time while we wait for the second half to commence. Good God Almighty. It seems like we've got some Portuguese in the chat, perhaps. Welcome yourselves, lads. Oh, we've got a Brazilian, Zandy. Brilliant. God, we're worldwide here on Ryan 118 today, aren't we? Good God. Good God Almighty. I'm all backed up because of the heat. Well, people will be surprised when we lose this Champions League qualifier, as if it's not written in the stars due to the fact we've signed absolutely no cunt. Well, it's just factually false, Evan, isn't it? We've signed 5 players, about to sign a 6th, and potentially a 7th in the coming week. So it's just factually wrong, Evan. I just don't. This is the thing. Like, if you're, the thing that I always say is, right, if you're not feeling confident, fair, you're entitled to, but there's no point in lying about it when we've made 7 signings. Or 5 signings, and potentially, I mean, if Balak, Wisha and Yamada sign this week, we're up to 7. So, aye, you know, we'll wait and see. Second half is about to kick off. Is one of them playing sleeveless? Look at this. Who's watching? One of their players is playing without sleeves. He's playing a tank top. That's got to be against the rules. What's going on here? He's cut his sleeves off. Has anybody else seen this? Well, lads, 45 minutes to save our season. If we don't do it now, it's fucked. The whole job is fucked. The season's done. All these B team players in the second half, it rides on them. Our season rides on them. And see young Donovan, he's done. He's finished. Because he's conceded 2 goals in the first half. This is how you sound when you get carried away, by the way. Do you realise how ridiculous it is? This is how ridiculous you sound when you moan about a fucking warm-up game behind closed doors on a training pitch in Portugal. You know? Just take a minute and think about what you're saying. Aye. Anyway. You know I know how. As Balak Wisha on his way now, has there been an update? According to reports in Portugal, it's close now. So I have a feeling he might be here next week. But I said that this time last week. I said, I think it'll be done by Friday. And here we are, Saturday, and he's still not here. So it is just about patience. And some people just don't have patience. That's it. That's the whole thing knackered. Glorified bounce game. Exactly, Mark. It is a glorified bounce game. God, do people want Kieran Tierney bombing up and down the park for 90 minutes, treating it as if it's a fucking Champions League qualifier? Give peace. I remember seeing Ange's first season. I remember sitting watching her struggle against fucking Charlton and Sheffield Wednesday. And people were losing their eye. This manager's fucked. He's not got a chance. He's not got a fucking chance. And then bang, went on and won a double. And people yearn for him. Let's see. Oh, well, we are getting changes. Have Celtic put out a team on their Twitter? We're waiting for the Celtic. We are waiting to see players make their way out to the park for Celtic. Thank you, Alan, for the donation. Appreciate that, brother. £10. What a legend. God bless. Have a lovely weekend. Fife is gorgeous, says Alan. We've had the battle of the residents of Fife today. Some of them saying it's a shithole and some people saying it's gorgeous. As we wait for this, Benji Nygren is coming on for Celtic. But I don't know the rest of the team. We're waiting to see what the rest of the team is. Just chucked my season book, says Kieran. That's it. Mine's is getting cut up. I'm going to go down the stair. I'm going to cut it up right now. Shocking. Celtic still yet to field their 11. The Estrela players are waiting on us. It's like we're taking our time here. Taking our time quite a bit, actually, I'll say. Let's not treat this as a pre-season friendly. Let's treat this as the start of something special. How inspirational. Where can you watch the game for free? I can't tell you that because that's bad of me. I'm sure people in the chat will tell you though. I can't. I'm watching on Celtic TV, which I pay for. You know. Inamura, he's out. Here we go. I'm trying to get a look at the team as it makes its way onto the pitch for the second half. Celtic have not yet. Oh yes, they have. Right, here we go. We've got our team. We've got our team graphic for the second half. Listen out, because I'm not going to bring it up on screen. Here is the team for the second half. In goals, Ross Doohan is on in place of Vinny Sinsalo. Back four is Anthony Ralston, Dane Murray, Liam Scales, and Inamura. Callum McGregor is still on the park. He is still playing. Callum McGregor starts in the midfield alongside Arne Engels and Benji Nygren, who is on. Benji Nygren is playing at attacking midfield. And the front three, James Forrest, Yang, and Adam Idah. You could argue that we are currently playing a stronger team than what we played in the first half, by the way. You could argue that. Defensively, we have more regulars. Ralston, Scales are in the team. And, well, I guess it's a bit half and half, isn't it, actually? We had 2 regulars in the first half, 2 regulars in the second half. But that's the team. Once again, Doohan, Ralston, Murray, Scales, Inamura, McGregor, Nygren, Engels, Forrest, Yang, and Idah. The only players left on the bench that haven't played at all yet are Clark, Rice, Kenny, Summers, Montgomery, Ure, McCardo, and Isiguzo. So that is the team for the second half. We have had widespread changes across all 11 positions, and we hopefully will come out the second half all guns blazing and shut everybody up who's losing the fucking rag. You know? Anyway, waiting for it to actually kick off here. I've just got the Celtic TV team graphic on my screen. I'm just going to try and refresh here. Oh, okay, oh, we're underway. We're underway. My stream must have froze. We are well and truly underway. I was sitting here waiting, but my stream must have froze. So, second half is starting. Let me just... I'm going to start the timer. Once again, similar to the other day, I will be using a 45-minute timer again because I refuse to pay. I refuse to pay for the pro version when I'm going to be doing another 3 of these and that's it. They can fuck off. So it's a 45-minute timer for the second half. And you know what? Let's think of it as a fresh game anyway because it's a completely different 11. And this is another thing why this is... You know how people that lose... This is where I'm going to bring up something else. What is the point in losing the rag about these games? What is the point? What are you achieving except from more stress? We're not even playing the same team as the first half. Newsflash, you can't make 11 changes in a regular game. These are bounce games meant to get players back up to fitness. The result doesn't matter. And Celtic have played well. Wind your neck in, have fun. It's a 27 degrees Saturday in Glasgow. You've got better things to do than moan. For goodness sake. I'm going to lose my marbles. We've become intolerable as a support lately. We really have. Here's a ball played to Liam Scales now, who I'm sure fans are delighted to see back. Ball sent in, by the way. Oh, decent cross, but into the hands of the goalkeeper. It seems like Estrela have made some changes as well in this second half. Not sure how many exactly, but they do have a different keeper on the park, I tell you that, unless he's suddenly grown a long head of hair and a ponytail at half time, which, you know, is what he's rocked out in the second half. But they have made some changes. Get your points in, get your questions in. We'll start with TJ, who says, I want Nygren in midfield. He makes late runs into the box, which we've seen O'Reilly do very efficiently. I don't think he would be as prolific out wide. We obviously need a few wingers in. Good interception. Good interception? What? That's not what I meant to say. I was looking at somebody making an interception. Good observation is what I meant to say. Yeah, I mean, he is playing there. I'm looking forward to seeing him in this second half. You know, I don't like losing either only selves, but there's a fucking manner. You know, if we lose a friendly, I'm not going to. It's not going to ruin my fucking day. Some people need to, you know, just chill. You know, uptightness is rife. 25 degrees in Inverness. Jeez, warm up the other day. I did hear it was warm up the other day. Anyway, Because if you lose the rag, the board will see it and they will invest because Big John for Coatbridge has demanded it. If only it worked so easily, huh? Who's Doohan killing today, Ryan? Will he do us a favour and banish Scales to the Shadow Realm? Well, listen, I don't wish injury upon any Celtic player. However, he did send Welsh to the Shadow Realm against Cork, and let's just wait and see if anything like that happens again today. Estrela I'm just going to refer to them as Estrela as the game goes on. I'm not going to fucking go through the whole full name. Estrela currently on the ball, but Celtic have won it back well in the middle of the park. Nice football being played here. Ball sent in from whoever, but it goes all the way out to Inamura on the left hand side. There was nobody in the middle to meet the cross. It's sent back now to Engels, who looks out Forrest. Forrest cuts in to use his right foot. That wasn't a bad effort. A defender uses his head to send the ball over, and that is 2-1. Still, Forrest, good shot as well. Defender, I think the keeper probably would have saved it. Celtic go shot from the corner kick and Cal McGregor goes from range. It's blocked. Too much traffic for him to get a shot that successfully tests the keeper, and it's sent all the way back to Ross Doohan. What's the score? It's right here. Right here. Big, massive 2-1. Just in case anybody is visually impaired. I cater for all. 2-1 to Estrella. Ball again out wide, but it's won back by Estrella. Looking for a couple of big performances in this second half in terms of breeding confidence into the support. I think we would all like to see Idah get involved in the goals if he could. Of course, new signings like Nygren, who we want to see breed a confidence into the support. But yeah, listen, take everything with a pinch of salt in a pre-season friendly game. I would be happy if we could just about snatch a draw. Oh, Boys View on Twitter. Oh yeah, actually, if you've not blocked Boys Views on Twitter or whatever the page is called, they just get it done. You'll feel so much happier for doing so. Trust me. I done it like a year or two ago, and it was bliss just seeing none of those tweets. Ball sent upfield but intercepted well by Estrella. Not quite the same intensity to begin the second half as we were playing with in the first, but it is a whole group of new players apart bar McGregor, so I guess it is getting into the speed of things, getting up to pace with things. Ball sent out wide. Ralston moves it to McGregor, back to Ralston as we look to try and get into the opposition's half. Opts for the pass backwards to Scales, who finds Inamura positioned well. Inamura cuts back. There's McGregor there for him. Back to Inamura, who of course will be under keen eyes from Celtic fans. McGregor trying to play the ambitious pass. Cut out. Lands back with Celtic. Brilliant wee triangular passes there between McGregor, Nygren and Yang. Now it looks as though Forrest and Yang are taking turns on different wings in this half. And that's, you know, what you're looking for. Ball played forward. Idah, my boy! Go on, big man. That's my £9 million striker. Come on! Bloody friendly. I'm joking, by the way. I love Idah. Oh, it's going to be a big season for him, I'm telling you. And I'll be sat here with a smile on my face when I was right about him the whole time. Oh, bloody love him. Go Celtic. It's well onside. Great. Was that Nygren with the assist as well? Oh, what a start. What a start. We're back. Oh, we're back. Oh, the blame. I'm going delirious up here, by the way. I'm going absolutely delirious. 2 each. Idah. My stream has froze with my absolute joy. My stream has froze. We're back in business. We're back in business. Idah makes it 2-0. Was it Nygren that got the assist there? I think it was. My stream didn't let me watch the highlights because you know, it's froze, but Idah was there. It's gonna be a big season. It's gonna be a huge season for Idah. I'm telling you right now. We don't need a fucking new striker. We've got the big man. We've got the big man. Anyway. Oh God Almighty! I keep getting ads. Oh no, I don't get ads because I'm watching the Celtic TV. Of course. Any updates on the Antwerp winger battle? We share reports in Belgium saying that it's somewhat close now, but that is of course what we've been hearing. I bloody love Idah. You know that. I bloody love him. Hitting a badge, and I am indeed, by the looks of it. Nygren with the assist. Idah 20 goals off the bench last season. He will be the number 9. Listen, Nygren and Idah, hopefully that's a sign of what's to come. Hopefully that could be a dangerous partnership. But 55 minutes played. Hey, 55 minutes played. It's Estrela 2, Celtic 2. Adam Idah scores a goal in the second half, assisted by Benjamin Nygren. I'm absolutely chuffed about that. Hold on, I need to get back to my mother. Can you just hold on, man? There we go. Sorry about that, lads. Brilliant goal from Celtic. Well worked. 2-2 in the game. There's the positivity I like. Woo! Ric Flair himself says that Idah is going to have a great season. Maida and Jota / a new winger out wide will be grand. And Nygren in behind potentially as well. What's the difference between the Celtic top at £75 and £120, I guess? It's worth 120. I just got the 75 one, mate. I prefer the 75 one personally. The 120 one is meant to have like all these wee subtle wee differences you would notice in person, but I don't. I'm not paying £120 for a football shirt. They can get fucked. I'll tell you that for nothing. If Idah gets service, Idah score goal. Simple as that. It is simple as that. Celtic now trying to capitalise on the momentum that they've found via Scales. I was about to say Scales' goal. Scales plays a pass back to Duhan via Idah's goal. And with just over half an hour left to play in the game, Celtic have found a wee bit of mojo. Life left in them yet. Are we happy now? For everybody who was concerned about the season being over? Or do we need to go and score another 5 for your liking? You know? Ball sent out wide. Here's Jamesy Forrest. Go on, Jamesy, son. Forrest trying to play it in. He does. Plays it in nicely, but a poor touch lets down Benji Nygren. It falls back to him to shoot from range. Blocked. Arne Engels, is he onside? He is onside. Game keeps going. Inamura gives it to Callum McGregor. McGregor gives it out wide. Celtic going back for second helpings now. Forrest on the right. Estrella sending men towards him. Trying to just condense those areas of the park where Celtic are finding most of their joy. Scales hits it out to Inamura on the left hand side. Sends a cross that hits it gets a deflection on the way there. So not the perfect cross. Took a touch off the Estrella defender who now have the ball back. Celtic pressing high. Is that going to be a foul? It is. It's a foul. Season's back on track. A lot of talk about Adam Idah in the chat now. Watching from Salou, Susan. Last day. That's a gutter. I know the feeling. That was. You should have seen me the last day in Santa Ponza. I was a sad, sad man. So, I hope you've enjoyed your holiday, Susan. I hope you're enjoying the game. Don't worry, it won't be long before you can get yourself off away somewhere again. Do you think the Estrella fans are having a meltdown? They're probably having the time of their life. They're drawing against the big boys right now. I would love to be over somewhere like Portugal right now, honestly. I mean, the weather here is cracking today, but just that brilliant nature of doing nothing by the pool. You know, bloody love that. Hello, Adam. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Ryan, if we lose the league this season, can you do a live stream of you eating 56 raw eggs? No. No, I cannot. I appreciate the idea, but no. Adam Idah bounces the ball to Inamura. Inamura's ball a little bit too ambitious, and it goes straight to the Estrella keeper. It was a nice wee bit of set-up play though by Adam Idah actually, but Inamura's ball was just a little bit too heavy, and it goes all the way to the keeper. Maybe should have tried to keep it low, keep it short. That's ours to win. That's our ball to win, and it's won well by Arne Engels, but ricochets off of him for a Estrella throw-in. We are trying to get torn about it. Pulling cheap moves, Ryan. You can't lose. Exactly, Justin. Exactly. All I want is to be sitting by the pool with my €3 fucking San Miguel, you know? God, I'm booking a flight. I'm away tomorrow. You join me mid-forklift drive. Well, we're hearing people from all around the world watching in your mid-forklift drive. Truly unique. Truly unique, to be fair. Engels sends the ball away forward. Big space opening for Forrest to drive into. And he is driving into it. He's got Nygren and Idah in support. He opts for Idah. Gets a connection. Good save from the keeper. It somehow stays in field though. No corner kick. Adam Idah got on the end of it. It was a good save. Keeper got down low. Pulled off the save to keep it from being 3-2. But Big Idah's looking active. Oh, that's a foul. Celtic free kick. Ragdolling Callum McGregor. Sorry, Jamesy Forrest there. Thought it was Callum McGregor for a moment. But Celtic have a free kick from a decent position. I don't know if Benji Nygren has got any experience. That was a good chance for Big Adam Idah. He took it on his right foot. Good save. It's a good save. Very, very unlucky. And that wee burst of pace didn't shite out of it. Defender slides in. Idah still goes for it. Very, very unlucky. Goals for Celtic have been by Hatate and Idah in this second half. What I was going to say was, I hope that Nygren can hit a free kick, because I'm fed up of having nobody that can hit a free kick. Idah is looking sharp, Kieran, you're right. Hopefully that's something he's been working on in his downtime in the summer. Maybe just getting an edge in his fitness to become a bit of a more reliable presence. You know me, huge Idah fan. I run the Idah fan club, you know. And I'm hoping this is a big season for him. Just waiting for this free kick to start. Seems Adam Idah's taping himself up. There we go, referee getting rid of it now. Waiting for this free kick to be taken. I'm not too sure who's standing over it. There we go. Engels and Nygren standing over it. Doesn't look as though any of them are sizing up a shot. It looks as though we're going for a cross. Nygren asking for who's available. And it is going to be a cross. Nygren floats one in. Dealt with by Estrela. I mean, nobody attacked that ball. Not one player attacked that ball. He put it right into the middle of the box where you'd want it to go. And nobody attacked it. I believe Callum McGregor is now off the park. I think we've brought in, is it Young Summers who's came on? But McGregor is now off. I mean, here we are now. A bit too big, bit too small. Oh, it's Mercado. Sean Mercado. Mercado's came on the park. Oh god, what's happening here? Duhan, brilliant. Good sweeper. Oh, look at Inamura. Look at that, the control in that from Inamura. Brilliant. Slides in, stands up, continues the play. Clean as you like. Brilliant. Here's McCardle again, on the ball. So, it's like a wee boy playing, and like he's toty. He's absolutely toty. I hope he has a growth spurt in the next few years, I'll tell you that for nothing. Ball sent back out wide to Inamura. Back to Liam Scales. Estrela have set up quite well. Ball sent out again. Summers. I keep saying Summers, Mercado. Don't know why Summers is in my head. Maybe because it's a lovely summer's day. You know. Wednesday away kit rankings. As soon as Dundee United release theirs. Fuck knows when that'll be. Kenzie saying not seen much of him yet and might be getting ahead of myself, but I'm a big fan of Inamura. Think he'll be a great backup option. Yeah, he's like sharp as this. I thought it was another water break. Yeah, I like the look of him. Como Cup next week. Yep, that's right. Has Bernardo got an extended break? Must do. Not seen him anywhere, so he must have some form of. There's not been an explanation to that though, so it would be all speculation until Rodgers says something, unless he's carrying a knock. Ball brought down by Duhan. This squad is nowhere near UCL ready, Ryan. We're sleepwalking into disaster. Kuhn's the only player we've lost. You know, and I know we can maybe extend it to Kyogo, right? But look how we played against Bayern without Kyogo. Like, we've lost Kuhn and we'll replace him. And if you think about it this way, right? The only player we've lost is Nicholas Kuhn. And we've now went out and brought Kieran Tierney in, who is the best player in Scotland. Like, I think there's just a little bit of an over-the-top reaction to things and a bit of anxiety maybe floating. But this Celtic side is no much different from the one that done so well in the Champions League last year. And that's just fact, sadly. Like, we've lost one player, two if you could include Kyogo, which I get. Idah offside. But if we go out and we improve and we sign and I guess Jota being injured doesn't help. We go out and make the signs of Balak, Wisha and a couple more, we'll be fine. Maybe not fine. I don't want to sleepwalk. Sleepwalking's all. You've always got to be cautious of sleepwalking. But it's the 12th of July. Get your flutes out. That's the big thing, Kenny, though, isn't it? Kenny Dalglish Senior. Dalglish. That's the thing, Kenny, isn't it? Draw might not be as tasty. It might be much more difficult. And listen, you've just got it's the saying is luck of the draw. And it's a very famous saying for a reason, you know. Inamura does look like he would be fine for most league games, going off what we've seen of him so far, Bills. Of course, friendlies, once again, on either side of it. I don't get carried away with negatives, I don't get carried away with positives. But, you know, I think that he has looked good. Securia, good to see you. Thank you for the donation. Thoughts on the links of Hugh, Eric, Sean? Is this the one that in Discord he's been trying to get going? Like, yes, of course. Yes, Hugh, Eric, Sean. Well, you know, Hugh Eric Sean is something that Celtic should treat seriously, and I don't even know. I don't even know where to go with that one. Sometimes he comes, sometimes he goes, you know. But thank you for the donation, Securia. Thank you. I've ran out of funny ways to dance around these fake names, you know. I've ran out of them. It's too warm for me to generate a joke in my head. My comedy circuit is bad at the best of times, but it's seriously burnt. It's burnt to a crisp. 66 minutes on the clock, by the way. We have only got 24 to play. Celtic once again. I mean, Estrela barely had the ball near Celtic's final third in this second half, and we're pressing high. Bit of miscommunication, but they're playing some risky stuff here. Celtic just being a little bit cautious and not wanting to get any injuries. Not going to try and stick. Oh, by the way, they've cut us open. I spoke too soon. Scales has been sold down the river. It's a chance for Estrela. It's 3-2 to Estrela. Oh my goodness. Where did that come from? Liam Scales was the only man back. And I know that sometimes we're quick to moan about Scales or whatever, but he was the only guy back. We had committed so many forward. There was not much he could do. It was like a 3-on-1 counter attack. And Scales is not able to do much about that. But they cut us open. We had every man forward. Ralston's too high up the park. Inamura is too high up the park. Scales is literally the only one back. And there's not much you can do about it. There's not much you can do about it. And I'd be usually the first to criticise Liam Scales. But it's a fantastic counter-attacking goal. It's a fantastic counter-attacking goal by Estrela. 3-2 to them. 23 minutes left to play. I think we're having a water break after that goal as well. If only it came a minute earlier. And they are 3-2 up. Yeah. Good goal. I don't think Scales is at fault. I couldn't fault Scales for that. What's he meant to do? Scales has done everything he could there. Listen, we were up the park. We were attacking the game. And they counter-attacked. You know, it's as simple as that. There's not much else to say on top of that. You know? We are at a water break with roughly 20 minutes left on the clock, 22 minutes left on the clock. Anything else? Season book cut up, new top in the bin. I am fuming. That's it. I'm ending the Ryan 118 channel for good. I'm ending it. When is Celtic going to really stay away top? Not sure. It'll be in the next couple of weeks though. Match fixed? Aye, match fixing. We'll blame that. I'm not watching. I'm just blaming Scales. Fair enough, Baldy Prick. It's easy done. Now listen, you know me. I can be harsh on Scales, but it's not Scales' fault. It's a 3-on-1 counter attack. Like, we've all been there playing five-a-sides or whatever. When you're the only man back and you're left to do everything yourself, it's no easy. And Scales has been left back here to do it himself, and he's got to focus on, you know, if a player's got to shoot, he's got to pass. There's a lot to do. I know, like, it's true. Every goal we concede, if Scales is on the park, immediately becomes a Scales conversation. But I do not have any blame for him there. Could he have done better in defending the initial player with the ball? Maybe, but he's free to deal with. You know, his mind's all over the place. It is Estrela 3, Celtic 2. We're back underway. 20 minutes left on the clock as Celtic now chase the game from behind. It's been a really good test this for Celtic. Terrible ball for... What the fuck was Yang doing there? What was that from Yang? Very confused by Yang's attempt of a pass there, you know. You and me. Have I got any moderators in the chat? You like to laugh at me when I look at other girls. One moment. Give me a second, lads. I don't know why. By the way, over 1,200 live viewers. That is insane. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. I'm just going to go and remove somebody from the chat very quickly. There we go. That should be us. Sorted? Yes. Sorry about that, lads. Oh, I've closed off my stream! What a diddy! Guys, commentate it for me quickly while I go and get this back up. Oh, I'm an absolute dafty. Celtic TV, return to me. Oh, I'm a dick. I'm an absolute dick. Oh, I'm a twat. I'm a twat. There we go. I should be back in a moment, lads. I should be back in a moment. I should be back in seconds. I hope I don't miss anything. Have I missed an Idah overhead kick? If I missed a Benji Negrin scored goal this season, there we go. I'm back. I'm back. Don't worry. Panic over. Panic over. We're here now. God almighty, 5-3 down. I missed a lot. No worries, Jimbo. It's a pleasure doing these streams. I'm looking forward to the Sporting game already. I think that'll be fun. Ball sent out to James Forrest. Celtic need to get a wee goal here, just to calm those who think that the season's over. Celtic win the ball back. Mercado moves it infield to Negren. Engels sends it back to Scales. Tell you what, this team of shape is, you know, this is what we have to deal with in a league game. It's essentially, you know, there's 10 men behind the ball. They're going to hold on to a very historic pre-season win. Inamura sends a ball in for Forrest. Or sorry, Engels, I should say. Engels lobs one over. It's too deep though. Goes past every Celtic player. And Celtic will need to start again via the right hand side this time as Ralston picks it up over there. Sends it back the way. Here's it over to Scales on the left hand side. Celtic looking to change that point of attack. Ships it out wide. And it's Engels who takes it out wide and sends it back centrally to Scales, who has Inamura. Back to Engels. Nice turn. It's a nice turn from Engels. Sends it to Mercado. Touch lets him down. And that just breaks down Celtic's attack there. As they're fast on the counter, man. They are fast on the counter. We've defended it much better that time. We had men back. We won it in the middle of the park. But they counter the game fast. They counter the game fast. So they do. Thank you, James Allen Wiper. I appreciate that. Tip my hat to you, sir. Would you ever do any commentary for football? It was my dream job, man. I'd love to do commentary for football. If the opportunity ever arose. But I'm quite happy with this being my full-time living at the minute. And if I could keep doing that my whole life, and that's thanks to you guys, then that is the aim, quite frankly. Because I enjoy being my own boss. And I enjoy being able to give my opinions without a major broadcaster tell me what I can or can't say. I don't want to be Gary Lineker. I want to be me. Kasper Schmeichel should be in the lineups. Yeah, an extended break for him, I suppose. Oh, that's a free kick. Bloody hell. Oh, he's played it on. Referee. Fucking hell, should have been, now we're fouling. Sell a pull of the shirt there from Arne Engels. He's had enough. He's had enough. Free kick to Estrela in the middle of the park, just stopping the counter attack. Do that more in the league games, and we'll be okay. Inamura tried it first to grab the shot. Engels went, I'll do it for you, son. Just stopping the counter attack. Something to focus on this season. A lot of SPFL teams counter quick, so important we get this exposure to a team, so teams don't do the same. Yeah, I agree, of course. Something, but we've got to do it. It's nothing new. I mean, that's what Celtic have to deal with, isn't it? Look at my hair. Look, it's quiffed up. I look like fucking Elvis. It's what Celtic need to deal with every year. I mean, the fact of the matter is, 90% of teams in the Scottish Premiership rely on scoring their goals on a counter-attack basis. So, it's nothing new. It's what Celtic need to deal with constantly. But this team have showed that by attacking with real pace, there's something that you could do. As Estrela move forward here, Ball sent in, good clearance from Scales actually. Got an important foot to that. And they're going again. Shot goes wide. Couple of decent chances there for Estrela. A curling shot that goes wide, and Celtic trying to get the game started again quickly, passing it out from the back. Doing really, really well actually. James Forrest charging down that right hand side, slips it into Idah, who once again is looking sharp. Tails the ball out right, looking for support. If somebody can come in and help Idah, that would be beautiful, by the way. If somebody wants to move their arse. He kicks the ball off the corner flag to keep it in. Very inventive. It goes out for a Celtic throw. Nobody coming to help Big Adam there. Big fella's got it out in the corner flag and nobody's there to help him. It goes out to a throw in. Lennon out, says David Lennon. Lennon in, says D. Hamill. Couple of conflicting opinions on the status of Neil Lennon. Still 3-2 in the game. Ricardo sends it to Scales. Seems like the heat's getting the better of him now. Scales, move the fucking ball. There we go. Inamura back to Scales. Scales, I swear to fucking Christ. I don't want to turn this into a Scales hate watch, but my God, move the fucking ball. Tellio was okay, Aaron. I thought the problem with the first half was that the end product just wasn't there for Celtic. But I thought Tilly was doing a good job at moving the ball down the right hand side, and then I sound like a broken record for people who've been here all game. But I thought he'd done a good job at shifting the ball inwards, taking the ball from his right onto his left foot and cutting in. Just the end product wasn't there in the first half when it came to the front three, and we probably could have had more of it. The crossing and stuff just wasn't on the money. Here's Forrest with the ball out wide with a chance for a cross, by the way. It's out for a Celtic corner. Corner kick to Celtic. Am I going to Oasis? No, I wish I was. I am so... Callum Craig is working down in Manchester tonight. Or today. And I think he's managed to land a ticket for the Manchester show this evening for quite a hefty fee. But I'm so jealous. So jealous. I wish it was me. I'm not even like a huge Oasis fan. Like, I'm not like... You know how Oasis is like a personality trait for some people. Like, I'm not a huge Oasis fan, but I definitely like them, and they've got some absolute crackers. Their hits can't be disputed. But sadly, I won't be there. Corner for Celtic. Arne Engels stands over it, but the referee's having a word with Dane Murray. He brings some great height into this Celtic team, it must be said. Big lad. Corner kick. Do it, Ryan. Make it a hate watch. The first half is over, yes. Apologies about the clock. We are in the second half. Ball sent in. Keeper comes out and punches it away. Good command of his area. It's sent back out wide to Arne Engels for a throw in. How the hell is Welsh and Scales still in the team? We have lost Gustav and Navrowski, who were our best defenders. Well, I wouldn't say they were our best defenders. Cameron Carter-Vickers does exist. I like the sound of Luke Combs' new song. I'm looking forward to its release. Bill Scotland. I don't watch I don't watch anything football related. You see, like, when you talk about football as your job, it's hard to listen to fucking football about your job. It's difficult, so I don't really listen to any other podcasts and stuff. For double-decker bus. My favourite Oasis song has always been Cigarettes and Alcohol. I think if I had a gun to my head, that's what I'd pick. I just love cigarettes and alcohol. Makes me think of my teenage years. Not the early teenage years, my late teenage years. You know, great song. I would say that's my favourite though. They've got a fantastic defence. They've set up. Inamura unlucky. Just tried to bring the ball down. That hits off his shin. I'll swap you my Oasis ticket for your ticket against Rangers. You know what's funny about that? Oh no, wait, the first derbies. I was going to say I'm not even here for the first. You would not swap an Oasis ticket for a derby ticket, surely. Like, not that I'm taking you up on your offer. I'm just saying you'd be daft to do it. The thing, like, I have missed. Here's my point of, and people like, I'm gonna lose top Celt points here when I say this, right? But I've missed a few derbies in recent times because I've went to things. I've went to Berlin for the wrestling. I've went to Paul McCartney. The way that I look at it is, there's sometimes 6 derbies a year. I am going to see plenty of derbies in my time. Missing what, and maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'm going to lose top Celt points saying this, right? I don't mind missing one or two derbies every now and then if it means I get to go and experience things that are maybe once in a lifetime or they come few and far between. Like, there is 6 derbies a year sometimes. Most years there is. You know, and there's at least 4 in the league. 2 at Celtic Park. Like, aye. You know what I mean? Anyway. Look at Yango. Look at Yango dancing through the tackles. They're getting tore in, this mob. No wonder we're getting beat. We've sat off them. Forrest with the ball out wide. 10 minutes to go. Oh, come on, referee. Ref! He's just oh, referees, buddy. Look at Forrest. They wonder. Forrest just been wiped out. The referee's like, nah. And I was saying in the first half that I'm actually a big fan of the referee just letting the game breathe. But some of the decisions have been questionable. Cross in now, dealt with by Estrela as they try and get rid of it completely. That looked nasty. That Estrela player, that looked nasty. That looked as though he'd done his ACL there. Is he back up? Camera's obviously at the other side of the park. What is better, going to the wrestling or going to Celtic? Well, of course, going to a Celtic game. But I love going to the wrestling, especially because, like, the big wrestling events are, you know, once it's got to get to a point in my life where it's just I don't go anymore, so I'm enjoying it while I can. I want a 10-point letter to the Portuguese FA first thing tomorrow morning. Aye. No, I honestly, controversial opinion. I'd rather referees like this in Scotland than. I know it's annoying seeing Forrest getting wiped out there and like not getting anything for it. But I genuinely would rather a game that flows like that instead of... Like, it's so annoying when you're at a game at Parkhead and you're like 3-0 up against Ross County and somebody takes a wee tumble. And it's like, fuck, just let the game go, you know? A long ball played to Yang, who's trying to cut in. Just can't beat his defender, though. It's getting warm in this loft. Thank God we're getting to the end of this game. By the way, 1,300 live viewers. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't, please hit like and subscribe. We have only got about 8 minutes left in the game. So, I will be here for about 15 more minutes or so. And then we can all enjoy our Saturdays and get on with it. And if you want to spend your Saturday in 27 degrees heat moaning about a friendly, you can do that if you like. But I certainly won't be. I'm looking forward to a pint. Saturday night's main event, I couldn't care less about it tonight. It's a terrible show by the looks of it. I'm looking forward to All In, actually. That's what I'm looking forward to this weekend. All In will be cracking, I think. Would you like to see Falkirk do well this season? I don't care. But I mean, I suppose so. With our 3 stands. I don't think they'll be good enough. I think they'll win a relegation battle. I think the gap, people don't realise how big the gap is between the two. I mean, it was a poor championship last year as well. Lennon Miller for me all day. Give Motherwell what they want. I'd like to hope so, Hank. I see that there's been a lot of talk about that this week again. It's kind of popping up. If you were to do a video of the best or worst Celtic shirts videos, would any of the Adidas shirts make the list? Oh, hi. For worst, 100%. There's a good few. Oh, by the way, Celtic carving out a chance. Forrest with a cross. Lands back at him. And it's just going nowhere. Once again, Estrela defending very, very decent. A few of the Adidas Fudge shirts would make it to the worst, including this year's one. Is the paddling pull out? It will be. Trust me, it will be. Told you, favourite Oasis song, cigarettes and alcohol. David D'Ambrosio says, not watching, just listening to you. It's a typical friendly, should we be worried? No, I wouldn't be worried in the slightest. Some people will tell you we should be worried. It's a bounce game. And it's and I think, do you know what people are forgetting as well? This is the first friendly for a lot of these players. Nygren, first game for Celtic altogether. Idah, back. Tierney. A lot of the first team regulars, back in. A lot to learn from it. A lot of negatives. But nothing to be, nothing to be overly concerned about, man. But people will spend their Saturday stressing about it. And I just urge you, enjoy yourself. Here's Anthony Ralston looking for a pass. He has to opt for the long one out way. It's a terrible pass from Ralston that goes out of play. Let's see. Should always be worried, friendly or not, losing to a team that finished 2 points from relegation. Celtic have lost to worse. Can I remind you, we lost to Lincoln Red Imps in 2017. We won the treble. So I wouldn't be too concerned. And that was in a competitive game of football we lost to Lincoln Red Imps, actually. I've seen it all. Listen, in my short time of watching Celtic, I'm only 25. I have seen far worse and have been more concerned about other things. I will not think about this. When the full-time whistle goes, I will go off stream and I will go about my day forgetting this even happened. Dream person to interview? Probably like Alec Ferguson or something. The Brodge. Lenny. This is the equivalent of having a kick about with your pals. Yeah. Quite literally is. See, if you go back over the years and you open up like a Wikipedia page, go back to like any year, Celtic will probably have a friendly loss that was shit. Like, we beat Man City and Chelsea last year. Did we win the Champions League? No. Am I concerned about the likes of Sean McArdle and getting a kickabout and losing? No. I say, if you want to go back to the start of the second half and you'll hear my rant. I'm not going to go over it again. I'm not going to tell you what to think. But aye. When's the next tier list? Not exactly sure, actually. I don't know. I look 45. Cheers. That makes you feel great. Only 4 minutes left, or just over 4 minutes left on the clock. Estrela moving forward now. Game's really kind of slowed down intensity-wise. I think you can tell that both sides are just looking to get the game done with now. You know, they've busted a gut. You're my expression. I love the split in games like this. I love how you get like if people in the comments going, who can be arsed? Stop over exaggerating, blah blah blah, and then you've got the other half going like, this is concerning. You can never win. You can never win. I think I've made it perfectly clear what my opinions are. I remember that. That's right. We lost to like that team for Japan. That's right. Aye, we lost. We didn't do too well when the pre-season and Rodgers' return season. That's right. Do I watch All In or the Darts? Oh, it's got to be All In. It's got to be All In, surely. You know? Only about 3 minutes left on the clock. Ball is just kind of sort of bobbling about at this point. Estrela are the ones moving forward with it at the minute. Shot from range blocked by McArdle. It falls for Idah. Celtic trying to... Nah, doesn't amount to anything. I was about to say maybe try to carve out a counter-attack of their own. Goal kick, Celtic. 3 minutes to save our season. 3 minutes to save our season. It's all down to this, lads. If we don't get an equalizer here, we may as well pack up and throw in the towel. I actually just annoy myself. You know? Here's McArdle. Out wide again, James Forrest. Can Celtic get anything from these closing minutes of the game? Just to calm down anybody. Scales. Holding on to the ball, as usual. Sends it out left to Yang, who has Inamura alongside him. He opts for the pass to Inamura. Lovely wee pass inwards to Engels, whose cross just floats over everybody. It was a nice bit of thinking there from Celtic. A nice bit of play. But ultimately amounts to nothing with 2 minutes left on the clock. Thank you to Adam for the $4.99. Appreciate it, mate. If your mate got bit by a snake on the sausage, and the only way he survives is if you suck out the venom, is your mate dead? Now that is a wild hypothetical to bring into the stream in the closing minutes. So essentially, if your pal got bit on the wee man by a venomous snake, and the only way to save him would be... I mean, I think we've all got... I think, you know, seriously, are you going to watch your pal die? It's food for thought. It's food for thought. I can't believe that is what's going to... That's going to be one of the closing thoughts to end off the stream, Adam. Brilliant. Fantastic. Just over a minute left to play. Let's get... We'll have a few kind of closing points to go forward with. As we wrap up the stream with over 1,300 live viewers. It's the biggest attendance we've had here on the channel for a watch along so far, and I thank you all spending your time with me on this Saturday morning. As it looked as though Nygren maybe got a ball across, but it's dealt with again. Really good defensively, this Estrela mob, dealing with the crosses very, very well. That's right, remember when Rangers beat Real Madrid and they thought they were world beaters? What happened after that? Yeah, exactly, pre-season. Celtic were good in the first half against the... Oh, we're talking about the Yokohama game there. Out for another corner to Celtic. This, you would assume, this might be it. Corner kick to save our season. Benji Negren plays it short to Arnie Engels, who asks for an option. Just send a ball in the box, man. These short corners, they wind me up. Even in a friendly. 15 seconds left in the clock. Tony Ralston with a pass that somehow made its way to Engels. Looked as though it was going out to the fucking streets of Lisbon. But you know, here we are. And that should be it now. Referee, whistle in mouth. Maybe one actually going to let Celtic play out this final attack. Negren slips it in for Yang. It's out for a corner. Well, no, it's out for a goal kick. And surely that does it here in Lisbon. Or is the referee going to play a full-on stoppage time here? You've got to assume that that's it, that's full time. The goalkeeper is placing the ball down for the goal kick, and I'm assuming as soon as it hits the air, it will be full time in Lisbon. Estrela Da Amadora with a big result for themselves in a pre-season friendly. And there we go, that's it. It's full time in Lisbon. The whistle goes. Celtic have lost for the first time in pre-season in their glorified bounce game against Estrela Da Amadora, as I've been calling them. Connor, thank you for the donation. We need to get players in. We do need to get the players in. But that's that. A glorified warm-up game. Two different teams playing in two different halves. Bobby B, no concern at all. No. I'm sorry. I can't fake it. I don't know if you want me to be like Mark Goldbridge here. I'm not going to fake it. I'm not concerned. It's a friendly. We conceded a penalty and a goal for a corner kick. Yes, do you know what? The one concern I'll take is set piece defending. But I also acknowledge from that set piece that we had two B team players in the park. You know, and it was the B team players, man, that got away from it. It was just as simple as that. That was two of the goals we conceded. The third we conceded the counter attack. Pretty poor. Not much we could do about it. But I'm not going to sit here and fake it. I'm not going to. We've been beaten in a friendly by a top flight Portuguese team when we played two different teams, minutes in the leg, first games for a lot of players. It was a first game for Idah, it was a first game for Dyson Maeda, it was a first game for Reo Hatate, it was a first game for Benji Negren, it was a first game for Kieran Tierney, it was a first game for Liam Scales. It was a first game for a lot of these players. Actually, I think Scales might have played on Tuesday, but nonetheless, I'm not going to fake it. There's no point. To go on and kick out. Tell you, my concern will start if we play like that in the qualifiers or in the league campaign. But that's my. Listen, if you want me to be over the top and act like Mark Goldbridge about it, then I can do it if you like, but I can't be arsed, to be quite honest. It is what it is, and of course there is the split in the chat of people convinced that it's the end of the world, and then people who are just like, lads, it's a friendly, you know. Uck away and suck venom, the lot of you, says Mark. Cracking. Yeah, I mean, Adamida got a goal, Benji Negren got an assist. You know, listen, there's positives and negatives to take from tonight's from this morning's game, but that's where I'm going to wrap it up, because this loft is like a greenhouse, and to be honest, I cannot be bored sitting here for much longer. I'm going to be at the Tommy Burns story tonight. I'll give you my review of that in the next watch along. We will be back on Tuesday night for the game against Sporting Lisbon, which I'm sure will cause so much concern when we inevitably lose. But thank you. We had almost 1,400 live viewers at the time of at the best point of this stream, which is absolutely nuts for a watch along against a team that we've never heard of before this week. So thank you for tuning in, ladies and gents. It's an absolute pleasure as always. We'll be back on Tuesday. Yeah, take care of yourself and enjoy this lovely bit. Here's my closing message. It is 27 degrees in Glasgow right now. Across the country, we are getting paddling pool weather. Don't spend your afternoon crying about Celtic losing a friendly. Go outside, enjoy the lovely weather. Sorry, Wednesday night, I said I'm thinking of Cork, Wednesday night. Go outside and enjoy the lovely weather. Enjoy the Saturday